familiar. You fall asleep from sheer exhaustion. But then, at 2 a.m. or 3 a.m., your eyes snap open. You aren't just awake, you are alert. Your mind starts racing about tomorrow's to-do list. You toss and turn, maybe look at the clock, and finally drift back off an hour before your alarm. This isn't just bad sleep. It is a hypoglycemic event. While you sleep, your blood sugar naturally drops. If your metabolic flexibility is poor or your stress is high, it drops too fast. Your brain, which is a glucose hog, senses a threat. It thinks it is running out of fuel, so it slams the panic button. Your adrenal glands fire off a shot of adrenaline and cortisol to wake the liver up and dump glucose. That adrenaline surge is what wakes you up. You are literally experiencing a fight or flight response in the middle of your dreams. The tragedy here is twofold. First, you miss out on the deep delta wave sleep where growth hormone is released. Growth hormone is your primary anti-aging and fat-burning hormone. Second, you spend your night bathing in cortisol and insulin. Instead of waking up lean and refreshed, you wake up puffy, holding water, and with your belly fat storage turned on high. So how do we break this prison? How do we convince the body that the war is over so it can finally release the reserves? We have to send safety signals. We need to speak the language of the nervous system. The first solution requires a shift in how you view movement. We need to stop punishing the body and start flushing the system. We replace the chronic cardio with what I call the metabolic flush. This is a walk, but not just any walk, a specific walk timed immediately after your meals. When you eat, your glucose rises. Usually, the pancreas has to deal with this by shouting with insulin. However, muscle tissue has a unique back door for glucose absorption that doesn't require insulin. It is a mechanical gate. When you contract a muscle, it can pull sugar directly out of the blood. By taking a brisk 10 to 15 minute walk right after you eat, you mechanically lower your blood sugar. You bypass the need for a massive insulin spike. Less insulin means less signal to store fat. It also aids digestion and lowers the post-meal cortisol stress. You are using your muscles as a glucose sink, leaving your bloodstream stable and your fat-burning machinery intact. Next, we have to address the overnight crisis. If you are the person waking up at 3 a.m., we need to stabilize that blood sugar crash before it happens. We use a strategic safety anchor before bed. This contradicts the no eating before bed rule, but remember, context is king. If you are waking up from a stress spike, staying fasted is hurting you. The protocol is simple: a small amount of raw honey and a pinch of high-quality sea salt right before sleep. We are talking about a teaspoon, not a meal. Here is the physiology. The honey provides a steady stream of liver glycogen. It tops off the tank just enough so that the brain doesn't panic during the night. The salt helps lower adrenaline and manages fluid balance. By preventing the crash, you prevent the adrenaline spike. You stay asleep. And because you stay asleep, you enter those deep stages of rest where cortisol drops to its lowest point and growth hormone peaks. You trade a tiny amount of calories for 8 hours of high-quality, fat-burning hormonal output. It is a strategic investment. Now, what about the intensity? We don't want to jog, but we do want to signal our muscles to grow. We do this through microdosing intensity. This means sprinting, but not often. Once or twice a week, you perform short, all-out bursts of effort. Maybe it's 15 seconds up a hill, or 20 seconds on a stationary bike. Then you rest completely. This mimics the ancestral hunt. It is short, intense, and followed by rest. This type of signaling boosts human growth hormone, HGH, massively. Some studies show increases up to 400% or more. HGH is the natural antagonist to cortisol. It builds muscle and burns visceral fat. By doing less duration but higher intensity, you get the hormonal benefit without the chronic stress wear.